ED's minister admits economy is sinking. The 30th of August 2025, by Business Reporter, Industry and Commerce Minister mnangagwaZim Ndlovu has admitted that Zimbabwe's economy is in severe distress, with businesses struggling to survive under mounting economic pressures. His acknowledgement comes after growing alarm from the private sector, which has warned of more company closures unless urgent reforms are implemented. Ndlovu met representatives of the business community this week, who pressed him to drive meaningful reforms under the government's National Development Strategy 2, NDS2. They cited crippling regulatory burdens, excessive compliance costs, runaway inflation, exchange rate instability, and erratic policies as major threats to survival. Zimbabwe ranks 124th globally and 20th in Africa on competitiveness indices, weighed down by chronic macroeconomic instability, corruption, and recurring currency crises. The country's economic woes stretch back more than 2 decades. The fast-track land reform program of the early 2000s disrupted agriculture, once the backbone of the economy, triggering mass unemployment, food insecurity, and a collapse in exports. By 2008, Zimbabwe faced record-breaking hyperinflation, estimated at 79 billion%, forcing the adoption of a multi-currency system in 2009, though dollarization briefly stabilized the economy. Inconsistent policies and reckless government spending reignited turmoil. From 2016, the introduction of bond notes and later the reintroduced Zimbabwe dollar, ZWL, deepened mistrust, leading to repeated currency crashes and wiping out working capital across industries. Manufacturing and retail sectors have been hardest hit. Companies like David Whitehead Textiles, Cairns Foods, and Olivine Industries collapsed or scaled down drastically, while retailers such as OK Bazaars, Greatermans, and Jaggers disappeared from Zimbabwe's commercial scene. Today, smaller firms are buckling under power shortages, high fuel costs, forex scarcity, and shrinking consumer demand. At this week's meeting, Ndlovu conceded the severity of the crisis. Statistics show growth in the manufacturing sector, but growing levels of informalization remain a challenge. Business sustainability is very important, and I have taken note of the points raised, he said. He pledged to scrap repetitive licensing fees within 6 months, a measure intended to reduce unsustainable overhead costs. However, his assurances come against a grim backdrop. Zimbabwe's public debt stands at $21.2 billion, with the country in debt distress due to arrears and legacy obligations. Shut out of international credit markets, the government has increasingly relied on costly domestic borrowing, a move that has only worsened the financial squeeze on businesses. As the crisis deepens, Ndlovu's admission marks a rare acknowledgement from within President Mnangagwa's cabinet. But whether action will follow remains to be seen.